So I'm on my way to grab some gift cards for a gentleman. He and his family, they were they just had a house fire, and you know, there's just like a lot that comes with that. I can't imagine, like, just like emotionally, basically all your stuff is either gone or ruined. And we've responded to families who have had house fires. There's a couple things there. One, you know, insurance, you know, just takes time to get an answer. And so Open Heart Outlaws, like, how we can be different from other nonprofits is we can respond in a way that's significant and immediate, but also very specific to the need that they have. In this case, although we may not be able to provide like a very specific, you know, need, because generally they just need help with a lot in more ways than one, we can respond more quickly, certainly than insurance, and in most cases quicker than other nonprofits as well. And so that's what we're doing here. We have like a kind of an immediate relief fund. It's not a large amount. It's like $500 that we say, okay, if we're made aware of something that needs to happen like right away, we're willing to spend that amount, even though it may not be filling a very specific need that they have. We're willing to basically just get them gift cards or whatever we feel like would provide the most significant help right now. And in this case, they're staying at a hotel because like they don't have a house to stay in. And so although, you know, insurance may cover some of those short-term expenses, obviously homeowners insurance will help cover, you know, long-term damages. There's still just some things to get them to normalcy that they're gonna have to pay for out of pocket. Like they're gonna need to buy like all of their like home like chargers and like just like stuff. I know it sounds silly, but just stuff like that needs to get purchased right away. And even like food, they don't have like a kitchen, and hotel food just gets old. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna buy them some gift cards, so that the family, the girls, can get some clothes, go shopping, just kind of reclaim a little bit of normalcy and humanity. We're also going to get them some gift cards for food like Grubhub and things like that, so that they can get it delivered to the hotel room. And really what this does for us too is it establishes ourselves to the family as people who want to help, as an organization who wants to help. And so although it's not giving in a big significant way, we're still, you know, it's still hundreds of dollars worth of gift cards, and they're going to put that to good use. But if there is a larger need that comes down the road, this kind of gives them an idea, like, okay, here's an organization that wants to help, and if something does come up again down the road, we're hopefully in the back of their mind because of a moment like this where we can provide some immediate assistance. So we're, you know, this is what we do. This is what we want to do. We just want to help people, unapologetically, no strings attached. You know, there's no red tape. There is a formal process of vetting, of course. You know, we want to be good stewards of this organization and the money that comes in, but beyond that, we want to make as big of an impact as possible here in our community. And so sometimes that means that you got to be a little aggressive, and you got to like go out on your lunch break, buy gift cards, meet people at their work, and just do the good thing that we started this organization to do. One of the things I told my board and I challenged us with recently was, you know, Open Heart Outlaws is a fantastic, like, it's sick. It's a sick brand. Like, it's a sick, like, our website is sick. Our marketing is, like, it's all just, like, awesome. And, like, and like really cool. And if we're not careful, like we're gonna create a really cool organization, and that would be it. Right? Like we need to keep the main thing, and the main thing is we want to help people. We want to provide a significant, meaningful impact. We want to fill a gap where other organizations fall short, where other nonprofits can't accommodate, where other organizations or establishments, even insurance, where they say no. Like insurance, that's like meant to be the safety net, but like it fails, and it's fucked up more times than it's not, because these companies, like, unfortunately, they don't want to like do good things. They want to make money. And so unfortunately there are times where insurance falls short. A system and a structure and a safety net that's kind of meant to be there for us oftentimes is making decisions in a way that benefits them, not necessarily the people they're meant to be there for in the first place. And so Open Heart Outlaws really was like born out of this realization that corporate America and whatever you want to call it, okay, it's like it's a result of capitalism, and capitalism is such a good thing, but like this is one area where I feel like humanity needs to be put first, and there needs to be a priority placed on human beings above financial gain. And I mean, good luck with that message, bro, because that doesn't keep the lights on. Being nice and doing good work doesn't pay the bills. But that's why I have a day job. And that's why Open Heart Outlaws is this passionate work driven completely, 100%, by volunteers. And no one's taking a salary. And part of that is because we just want to prioritize impact, like above all else. We want to prioritize impact. That's it. At the end of the day. That truck sounded like it was dying. So he starts work at noon, and it's 12:03 right now, so he's at work. I'm gonna swing in somewhere to get gift cards. I think there's a Wegmans up here, and they usually have a pretty solid like gift card tree. So that is my plan. Look at this guy in his Subaru. Probably on his way to golf. No, it's late for golf. It's noon. Wonder where I'm gonna find to park. Should be interesting. Gosh dang it. There is literally nowhere to park. Sucks. Whatever. We're gonna go here. Because it's the right thing to do. It's a mile away, but it's a legit parking spot. Man, I'm just left like processing it, man. Like, so okay, so I just left the work of the gentleman who is the father of the family that we are helping right now. And I dropped off $500 worth of gift cards. I know he's got a couple daughters and a wife, and my wife likes to spend a lot at Sephora, so I got a Sephora gift card. But then other than that, I got DoorDash and Marshall's, TJ Maxx, like just clothes, stuff like that. Even if they have some of that stuff, man, I don't really care. I think going shopping might just give them a sense of normalcy, you know. And I kept the gift cards in my back pocket, and I walked up to his work, and he works at a restaurant, and the restaurant wasn't open, but I knew his work hours, and I knew he was there, but the door wasn't open. So I'm standing there thinking, like, how am I going to, like, get into this place and, like, talk to him? And they have this, like, outdoor patio area, and I hear somebody say, "Are you looking for somebody?" And I look over, and it's the guy I'm looking for. Like, it's him. And I know it immediately because I'd stalked him online, so I knew who I was looking for. I knew his name, I knew his face, and I just said, you know, I said his name. I said, "Are you blank?" And he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay, because the person I'm looking for is you." And I don't know if he thought that was, like, intimidating, or he doesn't know who the heck I am. Here I am rolling up on a motorcycle to his work, and I'm like, "Hey, I'm here to look for you. I'm here for you." But he goes, "Okay, like, who are you with?" Like, super nice, like, just, apparently I'm not intimidating. But he was just, like, super nice. And I said, "Well," I said, "I work in the city, and I'm on my lunch, and I figured I'd swing over, but I'm with an organization called Open Heart Outlaws." And he gets this smile on his face, and he goes, "Oh yeah," like that. And I said, "I heard about your story." And I said, "What do you need, like, right now?" And he's like, "Well," he goes, "you know, food and clothes, like, the girls could probably use some clothes." He's like, "But we're pretty good." He's like, "We're good though." He's like, "We're, you know, they got some things, and we're okay." And I said, "Okay, but your situation's probably going to change." I said, "As you learn more about what insurance is and isn't going to cover, and, like, when they're able to help you," I said, "your situation's probably going to change. What you need right now is maybe not what you need in 6 months or whatever. They're not sure where they're going to get placed, you know, as far as, like, kind of interim housing goes." So I said, "Keep me, you know, looped in about that." And he's like, okay. And I told him the story of Open Heart Outlaws. I told him, like, why we started, how we started. I said this whole thing started because of my dad. He was in a work accident. Insurance kept shutting the door. And it just, like, made us aware that, you know, sometimes good people just don't have somebody who's got their back. And I looked him in the eyes and I said, "We got your back." And he started to tear up. And he got tears in his eyes, and he was wiping his eyes, and he said, "Thank you, man, that means a lot." And I said, "By the way, we are going to help you a little bit." And I pulled out the gift cards from my back pocket, and I said, "Each one of these gift cards has $100 on it. I want you to tell your girls to go shopping. I want you guys to get some food, maybe some junk food, and tell the girls that they could go get some makeup, you know." And he starts crying, and he said, "Thank you." And I gave him a card. I gave him my card, and I said, "I want you to call me." I said, "I don't care. They don't need to know. Like, they don't need to know that we're helping you. Like, this can be just from you. You can just say whatever you want to say. Like, I don't want to take your dignity, you know, I don't want to take your manhood, like that kind of thing, because you're getting help from somebody else. I said, we can go about this however you want. This is between you and us, and we are here to help you and your girls and your family, and you have to think about them, and you have to think about putting them first. And he hugged me. I gave him a I love you, bro, and I hopped on my bike, and I may or may not have gotten emotional before I started recording this because it's just heavy, man. But this is like why we do this. This is why we do this. 100%. Like, just why. This is why we exist. This is to help people, good people, working people. That guy's there before anybody else. He's the only one there. He's the chef. You know, good man. He's a good man. He has a good heart. And we're here to help him because that's what we do. That's what we do. That's what we do. And everybody else says no. Open Heart Outlaws says hell yeah. Hell yeah! Hop on the back of my bike, bro. I'll give you a ride of your life. Woo! I don't know what that's supposed to mean. Can you imagine giving a homeless guy a ride on your motorcycle just for fun? Just because you're like, he probably needs it. Probably needs a little rip. Alright, so we shall see if any of this audio is even, like, worth anything or not. There's Luke. Hi, Luke.
And scene.